Greetings everyone. We are starting with DebConf 101. This talk is going to be tips for newcomers about how to survive in DebConf, and memories for the people who have been here for a while and have it figured out. I'll let Tássia and Thaís come over and talk.
So, ready? With my students, I usually ask them to quiet down before I start speaking. So I'll do the same here. Well, my first DebConf was 2004. At the time, I was a student in Brazil, and I attended DebConf just because I was close by. I had food and accommodation for free. It was sponsored. And of course, I used Debian for, I think, the time for already 3 years. And I was curious about the development of the project. So I said, why not? Of course, I'm there, I'm close, I go. And there I am, a student in this conference. I felt like I was not in my place, as I think many people feel in their first experience. So if you're feeling that, it's super normal. I've been there. But one thing that struck me is I had no idea that we had this group photo. And there will be a moment in the conference that we are all attendees, all participants are invited to come together and take this beautiful picture that I don't know if you've seen, but it's a good memory from the conference. And I didn't know that existed. And I only realized when I got the email, but not the invitation. I got the picture taken as an attachment, and I was really sad. I was really sad because it was my first DebConf, and I didn't participate in the group picture because I didn't know there was such a thing as a group picture. Thaís, do you have any experience like that?
Yeah, my first DebConf was last year in India, and I didn't know about the main lists and the IRC channel, so I lose a lot of things because I didn't know that was happening in that year.
So Thaís is a student in Brazil at UNB, Brazilian University. She studies software engineering. She's about to finish her program. And she started contributing to Debian just before, a few months before she attends her first DebConf last year. And I invited her to give this talk so we have someone more, an old folk and a newcomer, but she has been at least in one DebConf.
And she's Tássia. She's a Brazilian living in Canada. And she's a professor of Vanier College. She's a computer science teacher. And she's a Debian developer, DD, for 10 years.
Okay. Okay, so let's warm up, just so that we get ready for the day, for the week. Don't worry, like this is a safe space, and you're always free to do whatever you want. So if you don't want, just stay quiet. It's fine. But I invite you, for those who want to participate, to raise your right hand, if you can. If I have a few volunteers. Yeah, it's just a little game, a little icebreaker. So yeah, raise your right hand, and we're gonna try to draw a cross in the air with your right hand. Okay, so I'll go with you. You'll try to draw a cross. Okay, it's a good exercise. It's 11 a.m. think we should get ready for lunchtime very soon. So it seems you made it. Yeah, I think most of you, not all, I see, not all, but most of you are able to. So I think right hand is good. Now left hand. And with the left hand, it's a bit more complicated. You're gonna draw a circle in the air. Okay? Circle. Everyone, good. I see circles in the air. Very good. Now, you can lower both hands, and when I say go, you're gonna raise both hands, and at the same time, you're gonna draw a circle and a cross. Okay? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, go. Not yet. I didn't see anyone doing that. Does anyone feel confident that you're doing right? You want to be an example here in front? Do I have a volunteer? Any volunteer to volunteer? Yes. Okay, let's see if you can make it. One, two, three, go. High five. Thank you.
So this little exercise was to break the ice between you and me. Because I want to share about you, your experience and your experience, no, your expectations about this DebConf, your feelings with words, little words, just because we are a lot here. I want to share feeling and plans and project to this DebConf. So the mic is running for someone wants to share.
Yeah, here.
Okay, I was interested to learn about. I joined DebConf not only to. I was interested to learn about how Debian works behind the scenes and to take part of Debian contributing myself later on, because I've been using Debian for well over 10 years, but I haven't contributed anything to it. So I wanted to return a favor. That's why I joined DebConf, and I hope to join future DebConf if I can afford it.
Next volunteer. You can do from your place. It's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Mark. I'd like every day to be a school day. So the next 9 days, I hope to learn a lot.
Anyone from this side?
Hi, I'm Alex. I would say if it's your first DebConf, do not miss the day trip. Pick any day trip. The first DebConf I was at, jet lag wiped me out. Next DebConf I came to, made the day trip, met a bunch of people. It's a great way to socialize outside of things. I know social skills are maybe not everybody's forte. I'm certainly not great at it, but it was definitely worth doing. So if you have the chance, go make sure you're registered for a day trip.
Anyone else? Ellen in the middle.
So after the pandemics, I stopped contributing, and I was very demotivated. And coming here and getting the invite from Tássia was kind of injection of enthusiasm again. So I really expect to be back and feeling this energy feeling welcoming, and I really expect to return and get to contribute back again and be part of the Debian family.
So if we have one more volunteer, I think we should close this session, but we could take one more. Is there any from the old folks, the ones like old like me, or a bit more old, whatever? But what are your expectations from the conference? What do you plan to work on? We have oldies.
Mama.
Again? Yes, Mao. So, Tássia already mentioned this, but the group photo is one of the, well, for me, most important parts of the conference, because I take the group photo usually, and especially just to mention this year, Tuesday, 1600, 4 o'clock, just before the talk of the DPL, we'll have the group photo. Where is not 100% sure yet, but I expect so far the best place has been actually between, basically around this building. So there will be people that will be assigned runners in all of the talk rooms that will be telling you to go, and we'll make sure that you went there.
Well, maybe, yeah. So let's pause with oldies that wanted to say, what are your plans?
Yeah, my plans is getting the usual kick of energy I get at every DebConf, like getting back into it.
Good, good, good. Very good. I'm sure a lot of us share the same expectation. And let's see. So from what you've seen, we've prepared little surprise, and let's see if we have a visual representation of what you have just said. But I think Thaís needs a little bit more time for my talking. So we can talk about how the weather is warm. And so I'm Brazilian and Canadians usually like to talk about the weather. Usually we don't talk about this hot weather, we talk about the cold weather. But whenever we travel through warm countries, we also talk about how warm it was and humid. And I personally love this weather. I'm from Brazil, so I'm used to that. Are you ready? No. Getting ready? Ready? Okay, so you don't need to hear me blah, 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 blah. Maybe, yay! Okay, so we just prepared a word cloud from your speech. So group, energy, morale, face, photo, Mao, nervous, exciting, and family. Trip. Very good, very good. Thank you, guys. This was a good exercise. So thank you, Jonathan, for volunteering to take notes, and thank you, Thaís, for the infrastructure for building the word cloud in Python. What's next?
Tá na tela errada.
Okay. Tá travado? Technical issues. You know, computers do those things to us.
Eita.
So I will say more blah, blah, blah. Okay. There? Good? Did you talk? No. Something wrong. There was something before. Yeah, okay. So now is actually when we'll start talking about what DebConf is. And I'll pass the mic to Thaís.
Yeah. What is DebConf in a nutshell? We have 2 weeks. The first week is for the DebCamp, to interactive. The last one is for the conference. And between of the conference, we have a day trip. So in the DebCamp, we have sprints, workshops, and hack labs. The sprints are moments to the teams get to each other and work together. About things that they usually work remotely. So here is the opportunity to the teams work together. We have workshops to learn something and teach something. The workshops are very informal, so if you want to make a workshop, you just do and make the other people know about this. And the hack labs, we have a silent hack lab and the noisy hack lab. So, okay. We have, this year, we have these sprints. The Python, Ruby, Go, and the other teams work together in this DebCamp.
So just if people that missed the first week, many attendees arrived today or yesterday, and they didn't participate in sprints. And we thought it would be a good idea for the newcomers to know who is around the work in particular areas of the project. So just for curiosity, if you've worked in, so I'll just call out the sprint names, and if you participated in any sprint, or if you work in those teams and you want to say, I'm part of Python team, so I'll call each team, and if you can just raise your hands so that the newcomers will know who work in which area, that would be great. So is there anyone from Python team around? Python, yes, quite a few. Great, thank you. Ruby team. Yay, Ruby team. Good, good. Go team, yeah, a little smaller, but it's fine. Localization, so LTNN, TBR, the Brazilian localization team. I see 2 hands. I think there are more people around, but anyways, great, thank you guys. Security tools packaging team, where are you? Okay, some overlap in teams, good. DebConf 24 boot camp. So that's Pravin, yeah. Okay, so he's the lead. And in that's mainly about packaging, right? The bootcamp. So for those who are starting packaging for Debian, he's a good reference person. And finally, FTP master team. Any FTP master around? I can't spot. Okay, but supposedly there was a sprint, and there will be people around during the week. And if you're interested to get together, there will be a sprint, not a sprint, above, also from the FTP master team. So you can also know people there.
So in the DebConf, we have 2 shapes of activities. We have the talks and the buffs. The talk usually is that format, 1 people or 2 or 3 speaks, and the new guys are participating by listening. And in the end of the talks, we have time to make questions. And the buffs are more colorful. You have 1 person to guide the conversation, but it's a conversation. So all the participants talk and have a discussion about 1 subject or was a or could be a meeting that persons go with one goal in mind. And we have a light talk. We forgot to put here, but the light talk is talk more faster with a lot of people talk quickly about a subject.
Yeah, so yeah, just because we forgot to mention to include lightning talks in our presentation, but I saw in the welcoming session, I say, well, it's good if we mention that it's a special talk called lightning talks, and it's like a lightning that like very short and yeah, short presentation, 5-minute presentations for different topics. So in one session, you have several talks. That's it. But you'll see that in the schedule. It's scheduled as a regular talk.
We have a day trip. It's a day to get out of the room, to look the blue sky and feel the wind. It's a nice moment to you learn about the local culture and see different things. Because every year we have a DebConf in different country. So we had different people of a lot of parts of the world. So it's nice. It's a opportunity. And this year we had 3 options for day trip. We have a traditional experiences in Busan. It's here in the center of the town. The Gyunjo Town, sorry for my Korean, and Usan Town. These 2 are out of the city of Busan. It's 4 hours. So don't forget to subscribe of this. Pick one this travel and subscribe in the website.
Okay, now I'll go to the social session, like just talk a little bit about the social events and social gatherings we have in this next week. First, cheese and wine party. You've received already emails about that because we invited you to bring cheese from your country. So that's a tradition already. It started apparently in 2005. I was there, but I'm not sure when it really started. But and by looking at DebConf reports, the first mention of cheese and wine is 2006. But regardless of when it happened, it always happens, and it's one of the high points in the conference. Participants bring not only cheese, but all sorts of food, typical food from their country, and also not only wine, but typical beverages from their country. And it's a very good culture exchange, and we share our favorite treasures with our friends. So it's a very good moment. If by any chance you didn't bring something to share, you can always buy. You go and buy things in the surroundings, something that you appreciate and you want to bring to contribute. And if you didn't bring and you cannot go and buy, that's fine. Just come and enjoy, because there's usually more food than people to eat. So don't feel bad if you don't bring. It's fine. You can hitchhike this time, and next time you bring from your country. Another high moment is the conference dinner, which is a special dinner. It's usually more formal, but it really depends on the style and the taste of the local team, usually, that puts together a special event. And here you see, that was in Brazil, but the nice tables and in a very beautiful place. And sometimes we have, in that case, we did have a party after the dinner with the DPL as DJ, which was nice. Sometimes we have a speech from the DPL too. Not always, but yeah, it depends on how the night unfolds. But I invite you all to be there. It's like the official meal, everyone together, because the meals here during the conference, we all go in a different time, but the conference dinner, we are all together to eat, and it's quite special. Poetry night. So poetry night is a tradition. I invite Rhonda here to talk about it. I couldn't find any picture of it. So I said, well, if we can't find picture, we have a special guest in the stage, and she'll mention what it is.
The poetry night. The poetry night first was held in DebConf Nicaragua, DebConf 12. One of the local organizers organized a mic in a nearby pub where people came by to drink something and invited people to step up and present some text that they feel close to, like not only their own works, but also from famous artists from the country. And we had a rich diversity, and it was really a great experience. So we tried to continue with the tradition. DebConf 13 was in Switzerland, and we had a huge bonfire, and we're sitting around. It was a really, really fabulous scene. So it was a great experience back then. And since we have tried at least once or twice at other conferences, and if someone is thinking about that we could have one here, please come up to me and think about texts that you want to present. And if at least a handful of people are interested in having it this year, we can find a nice place somewhere and put it there.
Thank you, Rhonda. And key signing party. So I think this one we can go faster because you just had a presentation on that. But you know how important it is. And here we have pictures of key signing, I think in 2005. And you see, when we used to do all in one place, it was a lot of people, as you can see in the picture. And nowadays we do as a continuous party over the week. Hack labs, as Thaís mentioned, we have usually a noisy and a silent hack lab, so also be mindful of that. Some people need more quiet, need more space and quiet space to work. So if you are in the quiet hack lab, please don't make noise, basically. And the noisy hack lab is more free. That picture, people laughing. Mao. Mao is another tradition that appeared also spontaneously, but then became a tradition, and the Mao players are there every year. I'm not a Mao player, I'm sorry, but people have fun with that. So if you're interested, you'll find your crowd. Sorry, I'm kind of rushing because of the time. Debian birthday. So when the Debian birthday happens in the conference, August 16, we usually have a cake. This picture is from Heidelberg, that we made a cake, collaboratively built cake. We had a map and a cereal. We had different tastes of cupcakes, and it was a nice experience. And we built the cake together. Group photo, as Argus already mentioned. So that one was last year in Kochi, India. And there's this special moment and good recording that we have from year after year. You can look online for previous photos if you're interested.
For the communication, we have these ways. We have a mailing list. We have this principal to DebConf, DebConf announce, and DebConf disperse. And we have some channels to RC. This show, the first and the second is more general, and the last one is about the room. So for each room that happens at all, we have one channel of transmission. So the people who stayed in home and is watching DebConf by the transmission online can participate and comment and warn about the transmission, the quality of transmission for the video team.
And by the way, if you need help, if you're not on IRC, if you're not following IRC, and you need help, you can come to us and we can help you or guide you through the process to be part of this board, because yeah, many things in Debian happen through IRC. So take this opportunity to get your foot in IRC. And to close this session, let's give some tips for newcomers. I start or you start? Okay. So first tip, talk to people. Talk to people you don't know. Like, of course, respect other. You see if the person is more introvert, extrovert, if they want. But if they're open to a conversation, take the advantage. Ask what they do in the project. Talk about what you do or what you're interested, and maybe you'll find. So many of us select our tasks or the projects we work based on people we want to work with. So DebConf is a good opportunity for you to know people and decide what's next. Get key signatures. Again, there's a key signing party. Please participate. It's important for our Web of Trust. Subscribe to mailing lists. At least DebConf announce, because that's the official announcements, daily announcements that the organization team sends. So you want to hear those announcements. But if you also want to participate in discussions, there's DebConf Discuss. Check our bursaries program. So this is mainly for locals, because when DebConf is in your place, you don't think about those things because you don't need this year. But whenever it's abroad, it's very helpful to have a bursary for food, accommodation, and travel. So if you didn't apply this year, if you didn't know about it, take a look for following years. Keep in mind that resources are limited, so bursaries are distributed according to contribution. So the more you contribute, higher are the chances you're going to get bursaries.
Check the schedule and select your preference and plan your conference. It's important to keep your personal notes. It's good to stay something with you to remember what is happening in your plans, thinking in the call. And we have, if you want publish this, we have the Debian Planet. It's a place to blog your experience and something more technical too.
Okay, that's a hint for local team. Local team, you are also attendees, so don't lose the opportunity. I know you are overwhelmed with work, and we are all grateful and we appreciate that. But just thinking of you, give yourself a gift and take some break from your work and attend a few talks or participate in discussions, or go not only organize cheese and wine, but also be there and profit, like take advantage of the moment. Okay, so we don't want you all to just work, but also participate, because otherwise when the conference is over, you have that feeling, oh, it's over and I didn't really enjoy. So we don't want DebConf to be just work for anyone, even if you're a local team, especially if you're a local team, actually.
Be a volunteer. We have a seat to be a volunteer. You can work in video team as a talk master and help to prepare the cheese and wine.
So yeah, you can volunteer through the website. So there's a session. Go there. Also, if you need help, you can contact us or the orga team. And just to close, we started writing a survival guide and with some links in the pad of the session. I don't know if you noticed, if you go in the schedule, there's a link for Etherpad, and you can, this pad is used a lot by BOPs, so the discussion groups during the conference. But in this session we started, but it's a work in progress. So now I invite you all to improve our survival guide. So we wanted to give tips, hints, especially for newcomers, but also there might be a guide for older people, even old people that have been coming to DebConf for many years. So I invite you all to go to the pad and take a look and contribute. Now, we only have, what, 5 or 10? 10? Okay, 5? Okay. So it's actually the last session. So it's okay, we're okay in time. And this last part, we wanted you to pitch your talk. So this is when we want just to take a look at the schedule. So what is happening, like in more technical terms or either technical or non-technical content, but what is the content of the conference? And I would invite speakers or BOP proposers, team leaders and I'm sorry, I didn't warn in advance, but whoever is there that is leading a session and you have a talk, if you want to talk a little bit about that, again, we only have a few minutes, so just a few words if you want to invite the audience to participate. So we need the mic again, and anyone wants to invite people to your talk? Sergio, thank you.
Hi, thank you. I'll be giving a talk. What is it? Wednesday? I forgot the date, but it's probably no. Okay, so anyway, it's someday during this week. I'll be giving a talk about the plan that I have to fix or to implement source code indexing for debugging FOD. So if you're like a low-level person and you're interested in reproducible builds, just that helper in general, I would love to hear feedback about my idea. And usually my debugging FOD talks are not very well attended because people don't use debuggers somehow, I think, or so thank you, Tássia, for giving this opportunity to pitch my talk. So yeah, it's probably Tuesday or Thursday at 2 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it.
Anyone else? Charles, you also wanted to pitch?
Hi, so I'm Charles. Together with Kanashiro, we are doing like a talk about how to attract and retain new contributors, and we will show some stuff that we're doing in Brazil. It will happen Tuesday at 2 p.m. Yeah. And also there will be a BOF about localization and translation and international IN18N. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, it will be, I think, on Thursday too. So you are all invited.
Andreas.
So until Andreas has the mic, I have a do-it-yourself workshop. So hi, I'm Thomas. I have a software for a fully automatic installation, so something different than the official Debian installer. It's a session for end users. So bring your laptop, and if you have some virtual machine, and then we will look at the web page, and you can create your own customized installation ISO and then see if it runs, and hopefully it will not overwrite your laptop, but a virtual machine, or if you have a spare laptop and want to install Debian the first time, this will be done in my session.
Andres?
And the session is on Monday, 2:30.
Hi, I'm Andreas, and I want to do some Teams exchange on Tuesday, 10 o'clock. I advertised it a little bit. I would love if some team members would join. I have some recommendation and want to also gather something from teams, how they find newcomers, if they try to find newcomers, how the teams are working. In my addition to the Teams exchange duty, the DPL, I addressed some teams and found some problems we should probably talk about. Thanks for coming.
Ellen?
Hello, everybody. My name is Ellen. I am a kernel developer, and several people told me that approached me saying that the development to the kernel that is a mysticism around developing to the kernel. So I'll be giving a workshop about that on Tuesday afternoon. So if anyone wants to know how to send a patch to the Linux kernel community, how to write a hello world in the code and see your kernel booting and even booting it on your laptop, you're welcome to join.
So I think with okay, last one.
Hi. So I am doing a talk on Friday to 11. I'm making an input method. An input method is basically an input method to type your languages on your system. So the talk will be about the experience building it for Windows, Linux, and Mac, and it will be from the product perspective, from the end user, how easy it is to install software. So this talk is on Friday at 11. Thanks.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I see hands, but we can take because the team has a cut very soon. And we still want to thank, especially the organization team that put this conference together. There's some nice pictures so that you can see like the effort that someone can do to set up a network. It's not this year, but we do those kind of things for DebConf and for this community. So thank you for organizing venue, food, accommodation, bursaries, content team. So putting up this conference is a lot of work, and we couldn't do that without a lot of people. And we will not mention names, but just to say that our thank you. And happy DebConf.
I'd like to thank Thaís and Tássia once again, and can we have another round of applause for them? And let's prepare for lunch.
Thank you.